Hi, I'm Judi Vitale of ReadTheStars.com, and I'd like to speak a bit about Saturn Trine Neptune, which is going to be taking place beginning October the 10th, 2012, and is going to go on all the way through July the 19th, 2013. So let's talk a minute about these two planets, Saturn and Neptune, the signs that they're in, and what does a trine mean. Well, let's start actually with what a trine means. When we look at planets at the sky, we look at the way that they relate to one another. And when two planets are in trine, it means that they are 120 degrees apart, which, as you probably know if you were paying attention in geometry class, is the angle of an equilateral, can be the angle of an equilateral triangle. It's a pleasant kind of interaction between planetary energies. That's because the two planets are in the same element. This time Saturn is in Scorpio, Neptune is in Pisces. These are water. Okay, so water has to do with the emotions. Also has to do with natural resources, by the way. And this might be a time in the world when we really find out the importance of water. Even though we think about, wow, the earth is made of so much water, what does that mean? How many of us are there using it, and what will happen if it should become scarce, polluted, or otherwise not usable to the extent or degree that it is now? I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about Saturn and Scorpio, as I did in an earlier video. Talked about how Saturn in Scorpio is not always the happiest because Saturn likes to have definition and Scorpio does not. Scorpio likes to transcend exact definitions. Neptune in Pisces is complete lack of definition because it really is over and beyond the boundary into the unknown and the unreality. So this is what these two planets are up to and how they feel in the individual signs that they're in. These two planets are also antithetical, meaning that Saturn, wanting to have structure, is not exactly very familiar or akin to Neptune's way of transcending all of that and going into this other world that some of us might even consider to be the true reality. So we see then a little bit of a peek for those of us who like to stick with the facts and the reality into a world where these things are not so concrete. So Neptune in many ways will bring to Saturn the ability to look out further than beyond the limitations. And Saturn will bring to Neptune the ability to bring those things from that other world down to Earth where many of us can use them. I would predict, and of course I predict for my own and for your entertainment, but I would predict that we would have a lot of invention during this period. Things that are a little bit off the wall, some very, very unusual thinking. So with that, I'd like to encourage you to take this time to be a little bit out of the box with your own thinking. And so I would like you to think about how in your life the signs Scorpio and Pisces will be related during this time, how the houses that are associated with them will be. And if you're not adept enough at astrology, and many people are not to know that, you can look at the horoscopes that I have written up on the site that accompany this video at ReadTheStars.com, and you can find out a little bit more of that for yourself. If you have questions, comments, or if you would like to have a private video reading or a longer consultation with me, please contact me through the website or directly by email at Judi, Judi, at ReadTheStars.com.